Hey, 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 y'all.
Hey y'all.
We live, we live. Let us know you can see us, you can hear us, and all that good stuff before we get into the talk. Before we get into the talk, we're going to be talking good tonight. Before we get into the talk, I know y'all saying you're here. Thank you for saying hey. Thank you for saying something in the chat. Now just do it again. Do it again to say we can hear you, we can see you, everything good, ready to get this conversation started. Do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. We're gonna be talking tonight about predatory
Behavior.
spiritual behavior. These spiritual predators in the street and how, it's a lot. It's a lot going on out there. All right, good. Hey, yo, V. It's a lot going on out there. It's a lot to see. It's a lot to hear. It's a lot to experience. And I feel like this is a little bit of tales from the crypt because everybody, okay, have not been through it, but enough have. Enough have. And so it's like, you ain't got to tell all the stories to get the lessons. You ain't got to tell all the business to get all the lessons. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that's Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. It's me not having to do it. Because I'm going to come out. You know, not me not have to do this hair. I like it. All right. All right, good. All right. So first of all, before we get started, I'm gonna get y'all started as we always do. Last time we asked y'all to start to post in the chat things that you wish we would talk more about. Now we got those, so you ain't got to say that again because we got those. But because we're gonna use some of those as we talk. But what I would like to know, to the extent that you feel like sharing either what you've experienced, what you've seen, why this is an important topic to you, why you was like, yeah, I got to be on this live because what y'all finna talk about. Like, what have you seen in the streets? What have you experienced without telling your business? You ain't got to tell your business, but something. Let us know why you're here, why this was of interest to you, and why you looking forward to this conversation. And also, you can also put in here. You can also put in here things you hope will cover. I always like to know that things you hope we will cover, things you've been afraid to ask, things you've been afraid to say, things you've been afraid to bring up because you don't want to offend nobody by asking the wrong thing, and somebody might be thinking that you're not supposed to be asking that or saying that. You know how it do sometimes. Good to learn discernment. I see that. I see that. All right. And welcome. I think I saw you say this was your first live. So welcome. All right. Okay. That's a good one. Feel like hoodoo's being mixed in with ATRs. Don't know how I feel about that. That's a good one. I'm with you. I understand. I understand the concern. I understand the concern. All right. Here to learn and grow and discernment. All right. Because struggle with that. Listen, listen. It's a thing. We all growing. I think that we are always all growing and learning in our discernment.
Spirit said everybody ain't got discernment issues. A lot of y'all got obedient issues.
Uh-oh.
You know exactly. You know this ain't right. You know they lying. You know that feeling in your stomach. You know all of the signs. And you still gonna do what you gonna do. And then blame it on the lack of discernment instead of acknowledging and being accountable that you just disobedient.
All right.
And you just want to do what you want to do. Which everybody done been there. We all done been like, we shouldn't go over there. I shouldn't be talking to them. But this gonna be my last time.
It's gonna be like
And
so.
then the last time don't be the last time because something done happened. Now you in the
Oh, the
situation.
last time be the one that got you caught up.
Every time.
Okay, that last time be the time. How
And
many
they be
Raven
like,
Raven you
teach
gotta
you.
do?
Teach you.
Yes, lesson you. I'm a lesson
Okay.
you.
Because we said what we said and you heard what we said.
Yes, yes. Raven, how many times have you been, and I know we both talk about this, been in a reading with someone or had a reading with someone, and spirit is like, Tell them to quit it before it be the time they can't, before it be too late. And then you get off the reading, the spirit's like, she ain't gonna listen. They
They
literally,
say they say it on the reading.
they be saying this.
Sometimes I even say to the person on the reading, they said you ain't gonna do it. I mean, you ain't gonna do it. Stop lying.
They like, she ain't gonna, he ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna listen. All right. Hey, from Louisiana. All right. Hey, Phasia. It's important because not enough practitioners are getting their feet held to the fire for abusing their position and influence in the crafting community. That's real.
That's facts.
That's facts. That's facts. That's real. That's real. That's facts. That's real. That's facts. All right. Y'all can keep putting them in and putting it on, but we're gonna dig in. I think we need to start where you started, where spirit started around that the you know better. I feel like go ahead.
Saying that, and then the comment that you just highlighted when she said not enough practitioners getting their feet held to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
That is a key issue, but that is a life issue, meaning practitioner, human, sibling, parent, person. A lot of times people do bad things, wrong things, evil things, etc., and nobody's going to hold them accountable. That is why you have to be accountable for yourself. You have to practice discernment and obedience, because a lot of people are not going to be like, okay, well, they was doing this or they was doing that, or be accountable for their wrong decisions or any of that. You have to be accountable for self. You know the signs. When something don't feel right, it ain't right. If somebody's saying something crazy, even if you got to be like, let me get back to you. You don't have to go to nobody to connect with God or your spirit. You take your ass to the house. You be like, I need to fast and pray. I need to meditate on this. I need to look into what you just told me or asked me to do. And I got to see if this feel right for me. Instantly, sometimes you hear some shit instantly and you be like, nah, mm-mm, that don't sound right. That ain't for me. But just because a person has a certain position, title, or didn't I just make a video about this on TikTok? They done had certain references or recommendations. You will not listen to yourself and do the latter. Like, what are you doing? I don't care if your cousin said that they are good. They may be good for your cousin, but not you. And
That's
then
right.
y'all to go to these places, to these people, to these things, and you ain't even done ask permission. Cause who sent you?
Yep.
We done been in readings with people, and we be like, okay, who told you to do that? Who told you to go to them? What they say, master?
Nobody.
Myself.
Nobody. Okay.
Myself.
Myself. Well, I was feeling. Well, I thought. Cause who sent you? Who sent you? And this is one of the things that I have to say that is really important is that we have to take our own personal accountability. We have to take our own personal accountability. I don't care where it came from. Yes, we know there is manipulative and predatory behavior everywhere. We know this is in the church, is in the world, is in the spiritual community. At what point is it on us? And I'm not speaking from someone who ain't got God. And my spirits and God was still like, you ain't had no business getting God because you knew better. Because who sent you? Who told you? And why are you still there? Why haven't you done the work of trusting yourself, discerning yourself, knowing yourself, going for yourself, getting a prayer through for yourself, finding out yourself? You have all the tools, all the access, all the information, and you chose to continue to allow a structure, a construct, and your own fear, your own fear of not facing yourself and the reasons why you're going to believe somebody else over your own damn self. You know in your gut you ain't feel it. You know in your gut, you know in your spirit it didn't feel right. Something ain't right about this. Why is it like this? And you going to let somebody be in your ear talking about, yeah, well, it's just, we do this just like this. Well, it's just you got to push through.
And this the one right here. Because if y'all don't know, which a lot of people don't know or don't think about it, a lot of, and some practitioners, people here and there, use work, glamour magic, and a bunch of other work to put themselves in front of you, and you feel like, oh, I connected with them. This feel right. That's intentional. So now well, they said they made a post and the post was talking just to me. That's intentional.
They worked it so it would.
Exact. And that's the part that you have to be like, use the black ass common sense that God gave you. Because why are you going to somebody because you say, I seen one of your videos and I felt called. And then they say, okay, they done told you some shit that don't even make sense happening in your life. And then they try to tell you, oh, this you was called to do this. It's a calling on your life. Because you know y'all love to hear the stuff that make you feel good.
That's the part that to dig into that
Because
because
you
we
want
cannot be manipulated. We all got to take this ownership. I've had to take it. Can't nobody manipulate you into something you didn't want to believe.
and let me throw this on there before I forget this part. This the thing. It'll be something that does not align, y'all. Like you are in therapy dealing with your traumas or your self-healing. How the hell you was called to be trying to do this for somebody else? One of the key foundations to anything is first self. Self first. It don't matter if you in the church and you like, I gotta get right with God. You gotta get right with self so that you can properly hear God. You want to work with your spirits, you gotta get right with self so you can properly hear your spirits. So how they telling you doing all this time for all that when you ain't heard the first word of the Lord? Cause like I be saying, listen, God ain't done told you nothing about me that he ain't told me. We like this. We talk all the time. He ain't told you that. I don't agree.
We
It's
have to
like we
be
have to be
willing.
honest with self.
That part. We have to be honest with self. This is, I know, coming off hard, but I'm gonna tell you, when people say it's soft, we walk away too soft and we go and get God again. Okay? Let me be honest with self. When someone is telling self, oh, listen, it's telling you, oh, listen, because you were born for this, because you're a healer, and you need to start your healing business, but you know you're broken. And then they throw that line, well, broken people are healers. No, healed people are healers.
Woo-hoo!
Cause broken don't heal. Healed
Broken
can
people
heal.
who done the work.
Thank you. People who have been broken and did the work can now be healers. Now that's true. But not you broke down, tore down, all this. You ain't even through it yourself. And now, but I just know I'm called. There's a purpose for my pain. Yeah, all of that when you heal, when you're well, when you're whole. And instead of us wanting to embrace so badly, this is the number one key. First and foremost, people who are predatory look for the thing that you are weak in and the thing that you desire. That is the first thing. Please do not leave this live feeling like, well, they beating up on us because they saying it's our fault. No, people who are predatory look for the area you are unwilling to face and they exploit it. So if you are willing to face all the areas and you blow your own shit up and you exploit your own shit so you can know it and deal with it and see it, it does not leave room for someone else. That's the real truth.
And that's why when they look into things and you know you done handle that, you know that ain't true. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you know you need this type of working because you still caught up on your ex. Now you on your fifth nigga. You know you ain't stunned no ex. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I went to therapy for that. I'm good. No, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Then when
And
they're
no, go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say then when they're trying, like Raven is saying, when they are trying to find the path, you've already dealt with that. So you can't get me with that. No, that ain't true. No, I'm good. That's not something you can get with me with because I dealt with that already. You already know what's true and what's not true. I put in the chat. If you can't say amen, say ouch. It's all right. Sometimes we gotta say ouch. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. So that's the number one. You said we talk about red flags, predatory behavior. All right. The first thing is dealing with self and making sure that you have not left a bunch of open gaps for someone to exploit. Well, the first thing is go. Are you going to someone? Were you really called to go? Were you really led to go? Were you really told to go by God, by your spirits, by God to go, or are you going? Or are you going because it's something you see in them or something they glamored on them or something that you desire? They're saying the words that speak to your heart, but really, those ain't the words you need. You need the hard words, but you want the soft words. All right.
Then it's always something. You get with somebody, you find you a spiritualist or whatever that you think you finna deal with.
That's
And
it.
every other week, it's always something. Listen, don't nobody need to be getting no reading, no divination every week.
Come
Every
on.
other day is something.
That's a number two. Red
You,
flags, frequent readings.
they should be giving you, listen, everybody is different, is gifted differently. If you are going to someone, they should be able to see the problem, receive the information, tell you what your spirits have and what's going on, and give you a prescription to follow when you leave there. You then need to go do the prescription. Don't wait and see. Don't wait 2 weeks. Do the prescription immediately as you are instructed, and then give it time. Energy changes. How you got a prescription on Monday and you back next Monday talking about this, that, and the third? A spiritualist with integrity is going to tell you, no, you don't need to be coming back to me that soon. Somebody has asked me, well, when I need to come back and see you? Ma'am, we just gave you a prescription. You need at least 30 days to let it work. Give it
Baby,
time.
baby, I just told somebody last week 60 days. You don't need to see me 45, 60 days because you got to work on that thing.
Exactly. Like I had somebody, I gave her, well, the spirits gave her a couple of assignments to fast and pray for different things. Ma'am, that's gonna take you a month right there.
Okay.
you it ain't you no, you don't need to be coming to see me about nothing. They done told you what to do. And when they ready for you to come back after you did all that, they will let you know. Somebody who every time you go to them, you done been to them 5 times in a month and they ain't done turned you away. Cause one thing me and my spirits don't play, we don't play that. A spiritualist is not here to continuously take your money. They are to assist you spiritually and help you fulfill destiny and get you to a place where you yourself can
That's
get
it.
divine instruction from God and your spiritual self. You don't need to be relying on no spiritualists. We need to get you to a place where you can get the information yourself so that you can talk to your own people, so that you can fulfill destiny and be able to hear it yourself, because we all connected to spirit. Everybody, just some people just hear it differently.
Yep.
It ain't for you, spiritualists, to be making you dependent upon them. Every problem you got, they hollering about they can solve it. Now how? Because if somebody tell you every problem that you got, it's a spell or working for it, red flag. Because some
Okay.
shit is just life shit. As a human, as a spirit having a human experience, you are here. Earth is school. You are here
Come
to
on.
learn, experience, fulfill destiny, do a whole bunch of things. Not even your spirits is going to help you bypass certain lessons that you as a human need to have. Well, I got my heart broken. Can you do a spell to get them back? No. You needed to know what heartbreak feel like so you cannot do that shit no more. Because if they doing it, if it's a spell for everything, it's something finna come back. Life finna be in shambles. You gonna get that nigga and be miserable.
Yep. As
But I
Raven
don't know
said,
though.
as Raven said, the first one we talked about was leaving those spots open that you haven't healed so that it can be exploited. The second one we talking about now is it should be working towards independence and autonomy, right? Not dependence. You should not be dependent on a doggone spiritualist. And that's a red flag.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a red flag if they want you dependent on them. And being dependent means you coming back and back and back. You don't know what to do next. You don't, oh, I just don't know what to do next. Can I talk to you? Can I call? It should not be, well, just call me if you get stuck. No. Because what you getting stuck for? Instruction should be clear. And you should be, look, pray. Go. No, we're not leaving you out here, but at the same time, no, we are not making you dependent on us. It should be independence and autonomy so that you can stand on your own 2 feet. The goal is destiny so you can stand on your own 2 feet. I'm telling you, red flag number 3 that goes with this one is anybody that, like I said, like we said, coming, you asking you to come all the time. Number 2, if they're asking you to come all the time or it's always a reason, a loop around for why. Well, we gonna do this. Anybody that you see, they got the same 3 clients. They making their business on their back on the same people. That's a problem. People should be growing up and growing out. You should be seeing
if
them
they
along the
gotta
way.
work or see you about the same damn problem, that's the problem. Oh, what we gonna do this time is,
Oh,
oh
child.
well, so I'm gonna do this and
Oh,
you ain't gonna have
child.
to worry about it no more. And then next week it's back again. It's like, oh well, we did this time. So what we really gotta do this time?
Child. For those of you that go to people and they're doing work for you, this is coming up and they're doing work for you. You've had work done for you. When they say, okay, this is the work that needs to be done, and then you follow what they said and they follow what they say, and the situation don't change, and then you go back and say, hey, the situation changed. Ain't nothing happened, and it's always your fault. Oh, well, see, because what happened was you didn't such and such. Okay, well, because first of all, I'm telling you right now, if I'm working on something, Raven can attest, same for her, or when we work together. And you are the person, first of all, if you ain't gonna do right, Spirit probably ain't gonna let us take the work.
Okay.
Cause they go, you know how many times they will shut it down like, no, we
They be
not
like,
being
we ain't taking
bothered.
them.
We're not taking that work. Okay? So that's the first thing. They shouldn't be taking your money knowing you ain't gonna do right. That's predatory behavior.
And you
All
shouldn't be
these
going trying to pay for it knowing you ain't gonna do right.
Okay? And all these caveats. That's another predatory behavior. All these caveats. Well, we're going to do the work, but if we do the work, then it got to be this and that, and you got to do this. But if you do that, it could mess it up. And if you do that, and then you don't do that, and then you come back and nothing changed, and they want some more money, and the shit ain't changed. Because what?
Because why I gotta pay you for the same work? It
Because
didn't
why I'm
work.
paying you again?
So you need
It
to go
didn't.
back and look at the work.
What's going on? That's another form of predatory behavior. That's happened quite a bit. That's happening quite a bit in the community. Another
See,
way to get more
this
money.
is good. That I would rather learn so that I could do my own work. Okay, so let's touch on that. That is true. Your spirits do be wanting people to get to a certain place where they can do basic shit. But let's just be all the way honest here. Sometimes spirits will bring up stuff to you, or your spirits will bring up something, and it ain't for you to do. They legit telling you that you need to go to somebody and get it did. Because that's also part of being honest with yourself. Everybody can't do everything. Even as spiritualists, it's certain shit that another spiritualist, that's probably their thing. And they shit gonna hit better than you doing it. And your spirits will be like, you need to let Maz do that, Raven. Or Maz, you need to let Raven handle that. Because that just ain't your shit. So it ain't always you want to be self-sufficient, but you want to use wisdom and be smart. Spirits will definitely be like, hey, we need you to help your cousin or your brother with so and so. You don't do so and so. So you need to get with them about who they want you to go to or what they want you to do regarding it. They're not telling you to go out there and make up some shit that you don't know nothing about. And that they can't teach you either. Because our spirits don't know everything. They may ain't practice that shit. What you need, you may just do some regular herbal stuff that do hit. But it's like, nah, what you need is the spirits to come pull some shit up off you. And you don't have the spirits that's equipped to do that. So we have to use wisdom in that too. Being self-sufficient is great. You want to be that, you want to do that, but you also want to use wisdom in knowing your own limitations.
That's it. Know your limitations. And that's why the discernment is so important. That's why the wisdom and the relationship is so important so that you can hear, so that you can know. That's the point of even the classes. We already do a class tomorrow. It's 2 seats left, 3 seats left. I can't remember. Let me not forget to talk about that. What type of descendant are you? All right. So what type
Is you
of
one that's
descendant are
listening?
you? Ooh. Are you one that's listening? Are you listening?
Are
Are
you
you listening?
obedient?
Are you obedient? Can
Because
they
you heard
tell you?
us, but you ain't moved on it.
Can they tell you where to go, what to do, where to be? Da, 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 da. And are you gonna be there? Now I'm telling you now, don't be trying to catch up this seat if you're not ready to hear directly from your spirits. Now, don't come in here if you're not ready to hear what type of descendant you are. Okay? This is for those that are ready to hear directly so they can grow directly thereby. Like the Bible said, that you may grow thereby. Okay? Because if you think you're going to come in here and keep your camera off and do whatever, because baby, they going to call you out. They
And
gonna
you
tell it.
know I'm gonna listen and be like, when y'all be like, oh, I do that. If they say, if your spirits pop in and say she lying, I'm gonna say they said you lying.
It's 3 seats left. Y'all get them for live. Finna close up. It's finna be what it is. All right. All right.
It's
I'm gonna
okay
go
to
on.
say I don't do that, but I'm going to. I have
Yes.
not made it there yet, but I'm working towards that. I ain't gonna try no more. I'm going to just do. Cause see, spirits love when you authentic and honest. Because you can't trick spirit no way. They know you lying. They'll say right in the reading. She's sitting up here telling a bold face lie ain't fed us in 3 months.
Ooh. Ooh. No, no, no. This be the one. This be the one. It don't even be about the feeding. Yeah, they say that's the time. This be the one. Yeah, because I spend time with my ancestors and they be like, don't,
Ow!
don't. They be like, no, because because I do. I go to my altar and I speak with them. I be like, and they be like this and ask her what she do afterward. And I be like, and what you do afterward? Be like, well, I go to work. And I'm like, so you don't sit there and listen to what they got to say next?
No.
Then you gonna tell me, but they don't be speaking. Well, you don't be listening.
And you ain't sat long enough. You came for 3 minutes, told them everything that you needed them to do, and wanted them to help with. Then you said, "Love you, bye." Well, damn, we can't ask for a cup of water or nothing. Ask us how we doing.
Okay. I want this. Here's my Christmas wish. Here's my wish list. Dot. Peace. And then walked out. Like, get to it. They said, how? What you mean, get to it?
They say we ain't finna help, and we ain't sad about it.
Ain't sad about it. They ain't sad
Then
about it.
be booking the reading in the session, talking about some. I don't know. It's like I don't hear them no more. It's like we ain't talking because every time we talk, you don't listen.
They sick of your ass.
We ain't finna talk to nobody who don't listen.
Okay. All right. All right. So back to the teaching, as y'all know. Number one, leave no spots that you haven't healed open so that it can be exploited. Make sure you don't leave nothing open. All right. Number two, independence and autonomy. Whoever you dealing with should be trying to get you independent and autonomous so you can stand on your own 2 feet. All right. Number three, you don't need to be having no frequent readings or work that don't work. Because that should be a red flag right there. Because where they do that at? Where they do that at?
You did
Where
everything they told you to do, and ain't no change. Or you did everything they told you to do, and it got better, but something else broke. Something that ain't
Ooh.
never been broke before is now broke. Because I ain't never had money problems. I just needed you to fix this family issue. Now the family issue got better, but everybody having money problems.
Ooh.
Now we ain't never had no money issues, girl.
Ooh. Girl, you in it now.
It's like
Girl,
no
you in it
mechanics.
now.
It's like no mechanics that want you to keep coming back. You take your car, they fix one thing, but they tell something else because they know you finna come back.
Baby, these predatory spiritualists is like them bad mechanics. They done broke something else to make you come back. Another thing, if you dealing with a spiritualist and suddenly you paranoid about something all the time, you worried all the time, is something suddenly wrong all the time, they working you. They're working you to make you come back and get more spiritual. Well, I don't know this over here. You think we can figure because suddenly this over here and I just can't sleep. Can you help me? And I'm concerned about this over here. And you know what? And you just dishing out. They working you. This is real.
That's why you gotta stay out them folks' faces.
Come on.
Especially when your folks ain't sent you there. When God ain't sent you there and your spirits ain't led you there, or you ain't done seen them and then you divine with your people and they like, yes, that's it. Stay out them folks' face.
That's it.
And learn to know the difference. It's a lot of differences between spiritists, practitioners, seers, all that. Some people can tell you what you got going on right now. Just okay, you got this going on, job gonna do this, job gonna do that. But they can't investigate. They can't see the root issue. They see a part. But it's a bigger issue because sometimes that's a real thing. A person, so let me just throw this in there as a second portion to what we just said about that, because sometimes this can be true too. You can have an issue. You go to work on this issue. The individual cannot see the roots of the issue. They just see one part. So they work on that, and then something else is unraveling. But something else is unraveling because it's a root here. So once you keep pulling that thread, you're gonna get to the root. But Every card reader ain't a spiritual investigator. Every practitioner is an investigator. Every worker is not a seer in that way. It's a bunch of different type of people that do different things. So you have to be able to get someone that can diagnose the root of the problem, or sometimes it will continue to go on. It's like a bad habit, or a room full of bad kids, or let's say you got a bad child and you stop one thing, now they're doing another thing. Okay, you put a stop to this and then it's something else, because it's a root here that you missing.
That's right.
So when you go into people and they're saying like this and this and this, if it's just okay, something going on at work, that's a work thing. But especially when it's something going on as it pertains to you or your family things, those typically have a root thing that need to be looked into.
And unfortunately, a lot of folks are more concerned about getting that bread than dealing with your root. They will see, some of them will see the root, but don't want to deal with the root because they can't, because they are not equipped. They are not experienced. They ain't anointed, whatever you want to call it, skilled and blessed to do that work. But they're not going to say, go to so-and-so because that's the root. They're going to say, money now. I'm going to deal with the money now. And they're going to deal with the symptom, not the cause. And that's true in spirituality. And that's real. That happens every day. I promise y'all.
That's true. That is when it happened, because people just don't want to say, which I don't know why. You can have integrity and say, this is an issue that I'm not equipped to deal with. Now, I know somebody. You can go to them, but this is beyond me.
Yep. They don't want to, unfortunately, for whatever reason, for pride, for greed, for lack of integrity, they don't want to say, I see that over there. And then, like we said, on the other hand, some literally can't see. Root work is about getting to the root, but some are not that. Some are not, again, skilled, trained, experienced, all the things to get to the root and to see the root of what it really is. You know why? Because it takes time. Spiritual investigation takes time. People throw that word around, we doing a spiritual investigation. I've heard people say it and they ain't investigated from the first, because it takes time. That's why people know me that have signed up for the ancestral feedings. And they have to send all this information in advance because we finna investigate before we get to that. Spiritual work consult, you got to send all this information in advance because I'm not going to get on this phone looking at you in the face and now I'm trying to do a reading about the spiritual work. No, I'm finna investigate all this before we get there. So by now, I'm having a conversation with you about the root. And investigation takes time and energy.
And when we doing those spiritual investigation people, when we be working shit together, it's not I talk to you now and then I don't talk to you no more because it's over. Like she said, it takes time. So we could be on day 4. We could just talk to you 4 days ago and got all this information. And as we spiritually investigating and we pulling up your spirits and talking to the spirits and asking them what the fuck going on, and it's like something come up, we message you like, hey, you got a second? Because who the hell is Jeanette?
Girl.
As the investigation goes on, the person needs to continue to engage you because shit will be coming up that they're gonna have to ask you about. How you getting all the info when they not talk to me? I ain't heard from you in a month.
And it should not be flyby. It should not be, hey, such and such and such and such. Oh, okay. No. Help me understand what this is. And then they're gonna go back and not just say, okay, well, that's the answer. They're gonna go back. Right? We didn't go back and dig more until we are to the exposed root. This is the root. Ain't no further to go. If this is fixed, all this other shit is fixed. Period.
Let me throw this disclaimer out there too. Even people who are not equipped to be a spiritual investigator, it's not everybody's thing. Everybody don't have the spirits that does that. Their gift is still valid. Even whether they're a tarot reader, a seer, a practitioner, a root worker, they only work with herbs, or whatever it is, their gift is still valid. One is not better than the other. One may be better for your situation than the other. You may literally need a herbalist. You need a cleanse. You need a spiritual bath. That's all you need. You don't need to go see a spiritual investigator.
That's right.
And then you may have some generational curses going on, and we trying to see why everybody in your motherfucking family crazy. You, my friend, need a spiritual investigator. You ain't got no business going to no tarot reader. You need a spiritual investigator.
Yep.
I just want to say that because we ain't
Because
trying to say like nobody is, other people are not. No, they are just as valid. It's about what you need at that time.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Whoo, y'all. All right, all right. So investigation and all of that. Be willing to get to the root and be willing to hear what the root is and be honest, y'all. Be honest
Ain't
with
no sense in
yourself
lying because the spirit's gonna tell anyway.
every time. Every time. We was just on the phone with someone earlier that said they were laughing. They were like, "Oh, they love to come tattle to y'all. Oh, they love to call up the line and get to Mazda or get to Raven because such and such. Oh, she doing such and such. Look, pick up
We
the
gonna
phone.
text her like, "What you doing with? Why you got that?"
What you doing that?
I
Oh,
shouldn't so
oh,
hard that I
oh.
didn't give a fuck for my spirituality without doing the real work. That's good. That is
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yep. Yep. All right, y'all. All right. What we missed, Raven? What we ain't gone over yet? Trying to make sure.
Um, this is one we did touch on, but I just wanted to piggyback on it. When you go to somebody and you have work done and they are doing things for you, or you have just gotten a certain reading with certain instructions and you're trying to go do your prescription, etc. Everybody is different, but if you don't have an understanding of something, the person should be open to explaining it. If you message them and say, "Hey, I know they said this scripture in this bath. Do I need to pray over it before? Do I need to pray over the herbs first and then mix it, or is it after I mix everything I need to pray over it?" And they say, "Oh, you got a book for that."
Yeah.
After you get your information, take your ass on, because they're not wrong. People can charge whatever they want to for their time, but that is not going to develop you. That is only assistance at the moment. And you're gonna keep coming out of pocket to go to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Because if you just paid, what you just asked me is the same shit. It's so easy for me to, we are community based. Yes, we do this. Our time and energy, we give back. Everything is not a charge. We do charge for our stuff, the what's appropriate for our time and our energy, etc. But if I just read you and you text me 5 minutes later and be like, "Did I need to pray before or after?" I'm just gonna answer you. Like, it's simple. Before
Yep.
and after.
I was like, and after all the prayer, all the prayer, all the
And
prayer.
during, and during.
Okay, just keep praying. Absolutely. All right. So if y'all have any questions that you want to put in the chat as we continue on, you can do that. Another thing I know folks always want to know about is, when it is time for a spiritual mentor. I think we have talked about that. Number one, when God and your spirits are leading you. For those that have applied for the mentorship, we asked you down in the application. Where are you? How do you know that you were called to this at this time? Blah 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 blah. Right. So it will behoove you before and the wise to make sure that you are in alignment with yourself, in alignment with God, right? That this is in alignment with the spirits that are ordained for your destiny, right? Those answers that are ordained for your destiny, not just the hodgepodge of whoever is around, right? For what you need, right? But you don't want to be in a position where you're like out the gate. I just, you know what? I don't know nothing. I ain't did no personal work. I've done no nothing. I know nothing about nothing. And I just think the first thing I want to do is to go into mentorship. You need to get with yourself.
Yeah.
Because again, we not about just taking your money. It's people y'all can attest. Some of y'all that's in here, I'll refund you so quick because you over here about something that I'll be like, oh, I didn't issue a refund. Oh, I issued a refund. Oh, I didn't send you a refund. Cause cause
And that's why
ain't
we
no
have the application process, the interview process, because just because you want something don't mean it's a yeah. And every a practitioner that's just taking everybody, a spiritualist that's taking everybody. You got 50 people apply and all 50 people ready. No, they're not. And on top of that, not only are they not ready, sometimes y'all spirits just like humans. Sometimes y'all just don't click. So it's like my spirits don't really like your spirits. We don't get along. They ain't the same type of people. So it's like you are not equipped for to be taught by a certain person. That's a real thing too.
What's the difference between discernment and intuition? And which one should you lean into when determining red flags in practitioners? Both. Discernment. What's the difference between discernment and and intuition? Your intuition, and Raven, but I'm gonna say your intuition is your inner knowing, your higher self,
God given tool.
your God given tool that just knows right from wrong. Your intuition is that internal boom
And
that
your
tells
discernment
you
is sharpening it.
exactly. And your discernment, yet you said, is sharpening your ability to discern, right? Discernment is when you look and say, wait a minute, I discerned this. I was able to make clarity of this. I was able to look at this, break it down, and discern this is not that. Okay? That's when you're looking into something. If you were to look up the definition of discernment, it's about you being able to wait a minute. I can separate through my sight, through my clarity, my knowledge, my experience, my maybe part of your intuition, that this, what I'm looking at, is not that which I desire. These two things are different. That's when you're discerning. Your intuition is that bop that you may not even be able to explain. But hey, I just know it ain't right. My intuition told me it ain't right. My inner knowing told me it right. That's what God gave me, and that's my knowing. That's my knowing. Everybody in here done had I know that I know that I know that I know. I can't explain it, but I know what I know. That's your intuition. And what should you be leaning into when determining red flags and practitioners? Both of them. Your discernment, you are going to build and you're going to sharpen your discernment, right? So that you understand your discernment, yes. But your intuition should be there. And it will be there as long as you ain't stifling it.
There's mentorship. Yes, your discernment, if you not using it, it's not gonna be no good. You have to. It's just like the Holy Spirit. You got to keep on using it and working it, letting it get stronger. So that's why some people they got to go through stuff, and it's like, well, now I done learn a couple lessons, so that ain't gonna happen no more. While some people they don't use their discernment and their intuition enough, and it's like, soon as you hear, you be like, oh hell no, I ain't going.
I'm trying to. All right.
No, no, we don't look for people who practice same as us because it's not about us. It is it's done with your spirits. It's about what your spirits want you to learn, what your spirits want you to teach you. And as like just like ancestral work, this is ancestral work. It's from your ancestors, which why it'll be some sections where spirit, they'll give us part of the information, and then you will go and get the rest of the information because everything is not going to be for me and my ears. Sometimes your spirit's got something that is just for you and your family, and it's not for you to tell us. Now you would then come back, and then they will give us the information on how you did and the things that we need to know to be able to walk through it with you. But some of the things, when you get to a certain stage in the mentorship, will be strictly your spirits guiding and teaching and leading. Not what we want to teach you, what your spirits want you to know. As Maz to say, liaison with your spirits.
We got to be
Fancy.
the liaison with you and your spirits. That's what we are. We the facilitators and the liaisons. We are not determining and deciding. And then there are some spirits sometimes that come in and say, "Hey, we are so and so's court." And they need to learn some things to protect themselves. We're in a different day and time. There's some other things they need to learn. We're, Julie's court, but we can't teach her certain things. So they may lean on us to show things that would be in alignment and congruent with your bloodline spirituality, even though they are not the people to actually teach it.
I'm glad you said that because some of them just said, I don't know who they for on her. Also, in this mentorship is not just good for the human, it is good for the spirits, because some people's spirits will actually learn and evolve from this mentorship by being taught by damn it, by being taught by other spirits who do different things than them. Some people may just have spirits who just was in church, but as life progressed and their humans are progressing and the world is changing, they're like, we need to evolve and learn new things that we can bring into our bloodline to pass to our humans. So they will learn things along the way too. Not just your human, but your spirits will be evolving.
Absolutely. And that's something that is not widely talked about, and we don't widely talk about how much we be in
Definitely
the
want to talk about
trenches.
this on a big,
No,
big
how
setting.
much we be in the trenches with the spirits, but it's real. It's real. It's real. All right, this is good. You mentioned it, but I want to make sure we Yovi, do we look for people who practice the same? No. I teach bibliomancy. I teach a lot of different. I teach bibliomancy, but I do a lot of divination. I just teach certain ones because that's what I'm allowed to teach. Um, what if someone's into another type of divination? Do gifts need to be similar for mentorship? Absolutely not. First of all, I'm gonna tell the truth. You're not going to know our gifts because first of all, they ain't on display. The only gifts you know of ours is the ones we let you see. Also, because we are liaising with the spirits, it's not about us having the same gift. We just need to be able to be the ones to help to stand between. And as Raven was saying, sometimes your spirit's going to give us 1, 2, and you got to go find 4, 5, and 6, and 3. You got to discern 3 and go dig up 4 and 5 and sit down with them for 6. And you may not be able to even tell us no more. That happens in mentorship. It's like, okay, you ain't got to tell me the rest. All I need to know from the spirit, I will be able to liaise with the spirits to find out, did you get everything they wanted you to get?
And the spirits will be like, they got it all. We finna give y'all 7 to all work through.
Boom. I'll be like, okay, ain't none of our business. This is not, and this is another thing I want to talk about that I was
Oh,
came up earlier
yeah.
to bringing it up, but I'm gonna say it. You know, it's people that are untrustworthy in dealing with you because that's all they want is your spirit secrets, is your family secrets. And all they want to do is find out what y'all doing and to understand, and they're not going to be okay not knowing 3, 4, 5. They're
So if they
not
started
okay with that.
asking you, well, what they said, what they
Another red
showed you.
flag. Another red flag.
Okay, so did they give you the image of it? Well, what it looked like? Well, why you need to know what image my
So
granddaddy showed me?
oh, they showed, oh, that sound like they showed you a sigil. Write it down. Let me see it. I need to check to see if it's right. Hell no.
You ain't got to see, and that's the thing. Even if you checking to see it's right, I ain't got to show you. Just ask them, is it right or not?
That's the point. You don't need to see it to check. You don't need you don't need my business to check. That's like write out your banking account and routing number so I can see if it's a real bank account. Baby, please
Call the bank and see if I got an
call
account
the
with
bank
them.
and verify. Cause they not gonna give you no identifying information. Okay? We have to be wise. Yes, somebody said earlier, it is wild out here in these streets. It in fact is.
Yes, ma'am.
It in fact is wild out here in these spiritual streets. That is another red flag. Somebody always asking you what your spirit said, what they said. Okay, what you learned. Okay, well, tell me. You don't need to tell them every dream. You need to tell them what's going on. You don't tell them, and they sit on the edge of their seat. Ain't none of their business.
And now I'm not saying that you can't have safe spaces. Me and Mazda together all the time. We talk all the time. We go over shit together all the time. It's still stuff that we don't tell each other, but we work through shit together all the time with our spirits all the time. But certain shit we just don't ask. We're not going to ask each other, well, damn, show me that. If they want us to share it, they'll tell us.
Yep.
They be like, call Mazda and tell Mazda this. Do this and then show it to Mazda. And that is why it's important to have a foundational relationship with your spirits, because if your only means of a yes and no is by way of a third party, you in a mess and you ain't got no business in nothing. Because
Say that again.
some people, like we said, want you dependent upon them. So it's like you be like, okay, I think I should take this divination class from so and so. And then they say to you, oh, you ain't ready for that yet. I'll let you know when your spirit say it's time for you to do that. So you gotta wait on them to let you know what your spirit said. You should be able to know what your spirit said. Your spirits will tell you before they tell them if they want you to do something else. So if your only means of yes, no, divination and communication or knowing what your spirits want you to do is by way of said mentor, you ain't in no position to have no mentor.
Come on.
Now, if you are like on our mentorship, we have beginners. Some of them don't know how to divine. So their spirits is going to be like, start them with this, work them up to this. We are all working together. So we get to a place the spirit's like, okay, have them get cards. We're going to show them this and this and this and practice with them. By the time we're going to the next step, you are going to know how to divine with your spirits. And we're going to ask you what your spirit said. When you come ask me what they said, I'm going to say what they told you. They said yeah or no. You should be able to tell me if your spirit said yes or no. I know the answer, but I need to know if you know it.
Yep.
This ain't, nobody is taking the place of your spirits. And don't let nobody do that.
Yep. Let me see something. I'm going to. All right, let's see if I can do this. All right, I did it. I did it. I did it. All right. So speaking of mentorship, wanted to be able to just share for those that are on that are asking, but I didn't want to take us off the screen while we doing it. All right. 2 different tracks. You can apply at truespirituality.com. It costs nothing to apply. It costs nothing to read the information. And apply. However, you do have to be ready to begin when you apply. So again, make sure that you and your spirits and your folks and all this and God and yourself is all in alignment before you make this investment, right? And yeah, before you make this investment. All right, so it's 2 tracks. You have the beginner track and you have the advanced track. You can see what's on the screen, right? So in the beginners, we're really starting from the beginning. And there are some people that are going to fall in between, okay? That has happened. Someone who's not exactly at the beginning, but they're not all the way in the event. So then the program is customized for you, your spirits, your lineage, what is right for you, and the information that is right for you, all right? So we know spirituality first works is cleansing, all right? Cleansing and protection. All right. We know that's our first works in spirituality, right? So, you're going to have to understand how to cleanse. You're going to have to be able to prepare, understand the readiness for the work, know what you're doing, know different types of cleanses, understand head cleanses, body cleanses, formulations, what you need and when. When you need a deep dive, I mean, get it off me type cleanse. When you're talking about a regular type cleanse, that's a maintenance cleanse, all those types of things that we're going to dig into. By the time you through this, you should know how you rolling with your cleanses. All right. Some light candle work. Again, just kind of understanding candle work in a light. I light a candle, talk to the spirits, and I may light a candle for this light. And again, in alignment with your lineage. If your lineage don't like candles, they strike matches, then it's going to be how you work. This going to be what's based on your lineage. Your home protection. Your home should be your fortress. When you walk into your home, that should be your shutdown, your fortress. All right. So that's the first work. It's where you are. It's where you lay your head. They say that sleep is the closest you are to death, and sleep is the time you are the most vulnerable. When you learn in weapons classes and defense classes, they talk about when you at sleep, you are the most vulnerable. So home is where you sleep. All right. So that's your opportunity for making sure that your home is fortified. What those spiritual boundaries look like, especially when you start in spiritual practice. Your home ain't fortified. Everybody finna be up in there. You be done went crazy in your home thinking you got it together and you don't know how to lock down your home. All right. Lead spirit positioning. Do you even know who the one that is ordained by God to lead you through life is? Do you know how to hear from them? Are you ready to hear from them? Because that be sometimes, child, they be sitting back. They be like, well, I'm sitting back for a second. She ain't ready. He ain't ready. All right. Developing your personal power, your ashe, that's your command, your ability to use your own energy to move work. Everybody want to talk about calling spirits and working with herbs. What about your own energy? What about your own energy to command? All
Fast, because
right. Your
sometimes
work,
the spirit's gonna be like, we ain't carrying that. You use your
baby,
own energy.
baby, the spirits will sit down in a minute and be ain't got nothing to do with that. All right.
Sometimes you gotta do witchcraft, but that's another time.
Don't get them started. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. You know, they done demonize that word so bad that folks like, oh, she said witchcraft. I mean, look, all that is using your personal power to affect the change. And if you are authorized to do so, then you do so. All right? All right. Your workspace and your altar development, understanding work, and divination, whatever the divination is. You get into the advanced track. Again, now we're on a different level of protection work. Left hand work. Yes, you better know how to not only protect but defend yourself. If you're in advance, if you're in advance, that means you are going to be more of, or you're ready for more practicing. You better know how to get down with the get down. All right. Advanced cleansing, more than getting in the water, developing your corp. We talk about the spirits, got to learn how to develop. We talked about that, right? Spirits developing, okay? Learning, having their own classroom, all right? How you going to use your command, use your energy so you don't fuck around and find out, because some folk done cross their own self up.
Yes, sir. A lot of folks.
Yes. A lot of folk done cross their own self up, all right? Where to work, how to send out work, whether it be from you, spirits, the universe, God, otherwise. It's all kind of ways to send out work. And divining to make sure you need to be doing the work, how you need to be doing the work from the start to the finish. I got people, okay, when I do this,
And
what I do with it. Yes, and in between. Okay, well, I was doing, okay, the candle turned black. Well, this happened. If you don't know how to figure out what to do in the in-between and at the end and whether or not the work moved and what you need to do, baby, might not need to be doing the work.
If you don't know what to do, folks be like, okay, I went to the graveyard, I got the dirt. Now what? Put it back. Put it back. Because why you ask somebody else now what? If the spirit told you to do it, they gonna see you through it.
Hey, you better preach. If the spirits told you to do it, they gonna see you through it. Okay? That's a word right there. All right. Jasmine is a former construction manager. Spirit seeks me here. Am I in the number to apply? Absolutely. Listen, we work with earth. That's earth energy. That's earth energy. Absolutely. There's nothing here that's off limits. Again, just because it's not written doesn't mean it's not going to come up. Trust me, me and Raven did a little bit of everything and a lot of things we ain't going to say till it come up.
It ain't never going to come up.
Some stuff ain't never going to come up, baby. Okay? Something just ain't, when I say you ain't heard it here.
Fast. Put it back. That's right. Put it back.
Okay.
Cause what you mean? You done did that and not the rest? They ain't told you the rest?
Okay. All right. So yes, Jasmine. All right. Let me see what China said. China said, I think my people are just quiet. I do see a lot of angel numbers. Like how I know when I see a certain number, my granny's around. China, that's a good question. People ask that, will my stillborn daughter be an ancestor or guide? They can be. We can't say that they are or they're not, because it depends on how that child was going to come into the world. It could have been an ancestor, right? So there's so many facets of that it's not an assumption. It should not be an assumption. It should not be an assumption. It should not be an assumption. But it is not completely off the table. All right.
Good night, Naomi.
Good night, Naomi. All right. Let me see. Any questions that we missed? Are there any questions that we missed? We hope that y'all have come on through here and learned you a few things. You feel better equipped and are better equipped. I'm going to answer your questions. That I'm just saying, for those that have to go, we hope that you are better equipped with the information that you desired and that you need, not just desire, the information you need to be better discerning.
Explain that more. What if you feel disconnected from your ancestors? Because I'm new to this. What if you feel disconnected from your ancestors because you're new to this? That's why you do the foundational work. you
You're not gonna
will sometimes, some people feel like that, especially when your ancestors are pulling you and stretching you in a place that you never been. But if those are the ones that you are meant to be with and connect with, you do the foundational work, you'll connect with them. You'll realize some of them be like you. That's why they be around you. That's why you act how you act or think how you think, because they be around you. Like, even if you feel disconnected in certain areas, you're gonna feel their love if it's the right ones.
That's absolutely true. I was just speaking with someone today about that. We were doing her spiritual court. We were having spiritual court conversation. Um, um, Spiritual court conversation, and she was um, like, "Okay, well, what's their names?" And they was like, that don't matter right now."
Facts.
Like, none of that matters right now. There wasn't because she's feeling them. She's moving through her divination. She's all of that. So it's like they're like, why you need names? You already know who's here. You feel who's here. You get an answer. You're doing what you need to do. We're not on that right now. Don't get distracted with that. Because first of all, we may not even be here next month. You get your act together. Somebody else who really need to be talking to you finna come on. So it's not about always the sometimes we want this connection that is human, human, earthly, human, like I need your name, that's how we make a connection, and then I need it, and sometimes it's just not that, but it's not any less love. You're cared for, you're protected, you're loved, you're guided, you're being seen about. All right. I'm glad you learned a lot. All right, this is an important one. How can I discern if I'm connected to my ancestor or a demon, as my mom would say? Um,
Sometimes it could be both here.
Shut up, Raven.
And I ain't saying the ancestors no demon. Now, some
No,
people legit got demons connected to their bloodline, and the demon be fucking with them.
and she's not wrong. I think it's important to know the place from which you're asking this. I'm saying you, because sometimes that's a place of just people be like, "Oh, you talking to them demons?" So now you worried, "Oh, am I talking to them demons?" Right? And is my advice is always to leave it with God. Meaning, if you are connecting, being like, God, I'm putting in your hands that I am connecting with those you have ordained for my destiny. Nobody more. Nobody let no guard the gates. That's one of my
Her
favorite
her
prayers. Guard the
ancestor
gates.
said, her ancestor said, fast and pray. That's how you gonna know.
All right. Well, your ancestors said fast and pray.
Like you said, God will say when you fast and pray. She's wanting clarity on something as it pertains to her and her spirits. Fast and pray. We can say, we could tell you, but you can fast and you have to do the lead work. They want you to do the lead work.
And you still need to leave it in the hands of God.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, do that legwork. Do the fasting and praying so that your discernment can open up so you can have clarity. And also, don't be out here just doing anything and not having the boundary of God. Because we going to put God in it. He always in it. God always in it. See, this is where I was going with this, Jada. I've been more, this is where I was eventually going. So, what does that tell you? I've been more
That's why
calm
they told
and
her to
my
fast and
mindset
pray.
has changed since developing my relationship with my ancestors. So, what process of elimination? Do demons give you calmness and your mindset is better?
The black ass common sense God gave you.
This is where I'm going. Because I'm like, okay, that was my number one thing. When everybody's like, oh, you talking to them demons. I was like, baby, I'm better now than I have been.
Best life
I'm
I ever lived.
best life I ever lived. So you could tell me all day, but you won't catch me off doing that other mess.
Exactly. Listen, that fasting gonna do it every time. That fasting gonna do it every time. Why?
Okay.
Yeah, reoccurring dreams can mean something.
Yep. Reoccurring dreams can definitely mean something. That's also where you're gonna need some clarity. And sometimes it's some fasting and praying on that. All right, I'm gonna get through these last three. As you comments, my paternal line always seems silent, and that's just how it be sometimes. Sometimes it don't be both lines; it be up in that be in the foreground,
And
and that's
sometimes they just
okay.
ain't got nothing to say. You just
And
ain't doing
sometimes,
nothing that they want to
yeah,
talk about.
and that's okay, and that's
Sometimes they
okay.
need to be silent.
That's what I was saying. Sometimes,
I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret too. Sometimes, like the other line has them silent because they ain't letting them come around because they be on bullshit.
boom,
So it's
and that's
actually protection sometimes. Not saying your case, I don't know. But I'm
we're not
just
saying
saying.
that we're not saying that's your case. We're saying though that's a thing. And also it doesn't mean that everybody lies. Sometimes it's like, listen, the folks that wants to come around from that they it's their job to make sure that certain folks and then the other folks might be assigned elsewhere. So they ain't really coming around because they got other shit to do.
Not
People
Jada. How you been trying to fast? Ain't no such damn thing as trying. You either trying or you doing. Ain't no trying to fast. Put your plate down.
you
Put your
either
plate down.
you fasted or you didn't. I know you ain't going to talk about trying to fast.
Girl.
All right, y'all. We love you. We love you. We love you. We'll see you on the flip side. If you not now, listen. I need y'all to do something for me now, Raven. You know you need to change your thing before this. Y'all need to find Raven on TikTok and follow her so we go live together over there too. And she don't be worried about that. Now she have her.com on there, and that's where you can let's see if I can real
Outside of
quick.
what does it mean to fast outside of eating? Sacrifice, meaning what, like if you drink coffee all day, every day. When you fast, you are letting go of something that is significant to you. You are putting away things so you can have clarity, so you can get information. So you're gonna not eat. Sometimes it's not watching TV. Sometimes it's not talking to people. Sometimes it's not engaging in certain stuff that you normally engage in. And when you fast, yeah, it got to be a sacrifice. If you drink sodas 24/7, put the soda down. It gotta hurt your stomach a little bit. It gotta hurt you. You gotta be like, ooh, I really want eat cake every day. Not today. Not now. I'm fasting. I attempted and failed. That's okay, Jada. Do it again. Even if you fasted, it's a sacrifice, y'all. So if you never fast, and then you was like, I was able to not eat from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's better than I did before. Good. Then turn it up next time. Turn it up next time. Then you want to just not eat at all for a day or two.
Listen, that's it. All right. All right. Love y'all. Hope to see y'all in class. Somebody better get them last two. I think a couple of y'all. Yeah. Okay. Well, last one. Y'all making them last one seat. And also we'll see you in your applications in the mentorship. All right.
Bye, y'all.
Night.